I've got the style and profile.
Team is behind yo. Pull a Randy Moss, pull a Randy Moss, pull a Randy Moss. When a cop try to ticket you, pull a Randy Moss, pull a Randy Moss, pull a Randy Moss. When a fan gets an attitude, pull a Randy Moss, pull a Randy Moss, pull a Randy Moss. I make $7 million a year, everybody watch me score. Don't play unless I want, cause I'm number 84.
Who says I won't walk off the field again? Who says I won't? Because the realness hurts. The truth hurts. I keep it real.
From the Green Bay 34, play clock down to 3. Dante gets off the play, takes a snap, rolls out to the right. Moss wide open. He burned out Harris. Touchdown!
And profile like never before. To beat a man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? RJ here, and I'm here with Nick.
How's it going, everybody?
This is the first ever podcast of Sports Guys 24/7. We also have a Twitter account at Sports Guys 24/7. I'll put a link in the description box for you guys. So this is pretty much just the introduction. We're gonna basically just give you guys a taste of what we're gonna be doing on this channel, and we're gonna have live feeds on the Twitter that you can tweet us and tell us what you're thinking, what you want us to talk about, and etc. But for right now, I'm going to let you go ahead and talk to Nick here. Nick, go ahead and say what you had to say.
All right. Our first topic we're going to jump right into is the Miami Heat, their streak that they're on, the second longest streak in NBA history. I personally think that the only game that is really going to be a challenge is if Tony Parker's 100% at San Antonio.
Yeah, the Spurs. I agree with that.
That's the only way that it possibly could, unless if they're gonna keep falling 20 to 30 points behind a team and then expect LeBron to carry him like he's been doing.
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching all the games, and there have been some close calls. I mean, Cleveland, they gave them a run for their money, for quite a while. How far back were they? Almost 25 points almost at one point.
27, and that was without Kyrie Irving. That was without two of their other stars.
Uh-huh.
That's just playing down to your competition. Basically that's what the regular season is to them now. They're like the Spurs have been the last 5 to 10 years. Like all they're waiting for is the playoffs.
Exactly, and the Celtics, the Celtics game was the same kind of way. The Celtics had a fantastic lead on them.
Yeah, with no Rondo, no Garnett.
Uh-huh.
It's just you can't expect to do that night in and night out, just come from behind. You gotta establish yourself. You gotta play the right kind of defense. You gotta hit your shots when you're open.
Exactly, and I think the thing about this streak is that everybody that's facing the Heat, they consider it a playoff game. You know what I mean? The atmosphere, they're trying to be the ones to end the streak. You know what I mean? And I think that's exactly one of the reasons why when the games open up, the opposing teams always they're playing like this is a championship game or something. You know what I mean? They're out there working crazy hard, and the Heat usually have to catch up because they're playing their normal way. They're not taking it as quite as serious. Keep in mind, I think that the Heat are not letting on the fact that this is a giant deal to them. I mean, who wouldn't be thrilled about having a chance to finally have someone actually beat the 70s Lakers, streak but I think that comes into play a lot when it comes to the fact of the startup of the games.
Yeah, I agree. Not to mention that they are the returning champs. So right there, that's just an X on your chest right there. And on top of this record, and they're basically the new Lakers that everyone wants to hate them because of their 3 stars.
Exactly.
LeBron and the whole LeBron, like Michael Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, LeBron Durant. It's night in and night out, no matter who it is. If it's even Washington Wizards, if the Los Angeles Lakers, you're going to get their best basketball no matter what.
Exactly.
And LeBron pretty much he's already got MVP locked up. So
definitely.
They're basically just playing for the record and for the number 1 overall seed in the postseason.
Yeah, I was watching First Take a few days ago, and they were actually saying on there, one of the gentlemen, it wasn't Skip Bayless because they were off this week, but one of the gentlemen said that that the regular season doesn't matter to the Heat, and I could not disagree more. I think that if anything, do you imagine how big of a statement it is to not only be undefeated as long as they are, but if they were to break the Lakers, or just the mental statement that would be to the first round opponents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like everyone says the regular season doesn't matter, and they've flat out the Heat players have flat out said we want this record. You can tell that they want this record. The way they band together and come back from 27 points down on the road, and a lot of a lot of these games are on the road that they have to come back to. Boston, doesn't matter who's there, it's Boston. The fans hate them. The fans hate LeBron,
and that comes into play. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's just another thing they come back from.
Yeah,
but it proves how far LeBron has came from not showing up in the NBA Finals against Dallas.
Yeah.
He's hitting the big shots that he normally doesn't hit.
Yeah, he's matured. He's matured a lot.
Yep, the fourth quarter, he's a whole new guy. He looks calm. He looks collective. He looks like it's just a preseason game to him.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. And going back to what I said about the fact that the teams facing the Heat, start off thinking it's like a playoff atmosphere. The Heat, definitely toward the second half, they start treating it like a playoff atmosphere as well to keep that streak going.
Yeah, and them along with Denver, that home court advantage is the key for them. They rarely lose at home, and it's bad timing for the Denver Nuggets too. They've got this huge win streak, and everyone's talking about is the Miami Heat this, the Miami Heat that. Longest streak in their franchise history.
Yeah, the Nuggets are playing phenomenal. And the funny thing about it is, in this year's NBA, they're kind of considered a dark horse, even though they're on such a great win streak. In any other year, that would not be a dark horse; that'd be a fan favorite,
Oh yeah, and just for them, I don't know how they play such small basketball. They got 2 point guards on the court most of the times. They don't really have one. They have one big guy, JaVale McGee, but all he is he's a blocker and a rebounder. He doesn't score.
Yeah, and he's on Shaq and a Fool almost every week too.
Yeah.
I think that one of the best things about the Nuggets, though, they got one of the best coaches around.
Oh yeah.
That's a big part. That's definitely a big part of what's going on. I don't think he gets quite enough credit for it, but he's definitely one of the best coaches.
Oh yeah, I remember when he was coaching here in Milwaukee. We loved him here. It was a shame when he left. It hasn't been the same without him. Yeah. They were a game away from the NBA Finals when he was here.
Oh really? Well, getting back to the Heat real quick. While we're on the topic, do you think they'll beat the Lakers record?
I do. I think, like I said before, it all depends on if Tony Parker is back to 100% of what he was this year. And still, they have to go at Chicago. No matter what, Chicago always plays them tough.
Yeah.
They got the bigs. They can bang down in the paint with them. They got Luol Deng who can match up with LeBron. They got shooters.
Yep.
So
one of the best defenses for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Even without Derrick Rose, they're still Tom Thibodeau still knows how to coach them up. Defense.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a really tough road to get to or even to pass the Lakers win streak. Because of how close these games have been. If LeBron has an off day, because we're all human, and if he has an off day and he's not able to, bring them back like he has been the last few times, then I think the streak could desperately be in trouble at that point. But if LeBron's on, no matter what, I think the streak will continue. Because it's so hard to, you can't. I mean, I know it's kind of cliche to say it because they've said it for Kobe, they said it for Luka, but you just can't defend. You can't defend LeBron. When he's on fire, when he's motivated and focused and in the zone, you just can't.
No, I keep up 6'9", 260, and he's got point guard speed. He's just dominant. But they've already proven, the Milwaukee game, Chris Bosh they had guys on him. All he was doing was hit the ball, so he was the hot hand, and so LeBron and Wade just fed him and fed him and fed him.
Yeah, I think Shaq said it best when he said that LeBron's just too big, too strong, too fast, and that's just the truth.
Yep, it's just the way. And Mario Chalmers has been as they call him, the little brother.
Yeah,
he's been clutch too.
Yeah, he's kind of underrated. He really is. He don't get enough spotlight because he's really good at what he does. He's a good point guard. He really is.
Yeah, he even going all the way back to college, he beat Derrick Rose and Memphis in the national title game. So he's always been able to hit those big shots, and that's what he needs with LeBron driving, and he's got all those 3-point shooters: Battier, Ray Allen,
Birdman,
Rashard Lewis, Mike Miller. They're all. That's why they're so dangerous.
Yeah, I think they got. I mean, I'm trying to think of another team, but I think they do have probably the best bench. You know, as far as the division goes, for sure.
Oh yeah,
They got so much.
The only bench that I think that could compare is either the New York Knicks bench or Oklahoma City maybe.
Yeah.
Other than that, but yeah, with Harden not coming off the bench for Oklahoma City, that's just I don't see them going back to the finals.
Well, who do you think on paper has the best starting lineup? I mean, on paper, on theory and paper, I'd say the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, by far the Lakers.
Yeah.
You got 2 ex-MVPs right there. You got a defensive rating, or you have the 2 defensive player of the years as Meta World Peace and Dwight Howard.
Best big man in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to the Lakers. I know we're kind of getting away from the Heat now. The Lakers. I've been following the Lakers for, almost 20 years soon, and it aggravates me how things have went this year. You know, the coaching situations, the Howard. You know, is he trying? Is he not trying? Is he being a crybaby? Is he really hurt? Those kind of things. This whole season's been, as a Laker fan, it's been just really aggravating for me. You know, I personally wish we had Phil Jackson. I'm not saying Phil Jackson could have done any better. I mean, I'm not trying to hate on the coach. It's just that I've Phil Jackson's been my favorite coach for years. And I would just personally like to see him there. And I think that Phil Jackson wouldn't have known how to use Dwight Howard and Paul Gasol on the court at the same time a lot better than the things that's going on right now.
Oh yeah, D'Antoni. He expects the 7-footers to be hitting 3-pointers. Dwight Howard can barely make a free throw. How do you expect that guy to make a 3-pointer?
Unless it's the All-Star game.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the whole thing is Dwight wanted Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
But the new regime wants everything dealing with Kobe and Phil Jackson to be out because now that the bus has passed away, that whole new regime, it's them only. They don't care what Kobe thinks. They didn't ask Kobe about Mike Brown. They didn't ask him anything. And 5 years ago, Kobe and Phil would be the first guys to ask.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you want this guy? I think Nash was their biggest mistake signing him. He's too old. He can't handle those young guys. Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook. They're just when they have to. Not even Tony Parker. He's still a good clutch shooter. He still makes good decisions by passing the ball, but he's a liability on defense.
Yeah. As far as Kobe goes, I think that people always rag and say he's getting too old and stuff. And I mean, he is aging. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to sit here and say he's a spring chicken or nothing, but it kind of aggravates me as a Laker fan when people sit there and say he's over the hill and stuff. When you got to think, Steve Nash came in the league the same time as he did. And the difference between Steve Nash and Kobe Bryant is Kobe Bryant came straight out of high school. And Kobe has played in the league 17 years, crazy long time. But if you put in perspective, he's still got a few great years ahead of him because the reason he's played so long is because, like I said, he didn't come out of college. He came out straight out of high school. And that right there makes a difference to me. I think that gives you a few more years, and people need to, lighten up on the whole old thing, in my opinion.
This is one of his best seasons, and I am not a Kobe guy, and I think this is one of his best seasons he's ever had. He's still driving. He's still dunking on people at his age. He's still dunking on people, and he's been a lot more of a facilitator than he has in a long, long time. Like the recipe to win is him. Say he scores 8 rebounds, 8 assists. That's a win on the stat sheet. Because that means Dwight's getting involved, Meta's getting involved, Kobe's getting everybody involved. But the things that happen when he trusts teammates too much and they don't cut through for him, that's when the old Kobe comes out. That's when the Mamba comes out.
Absolutely.
That's when the me comes out. That's when the killer comes out.
Yeah. And just like LeBron, if he's on, there's not really much that's going to stop him either.
No. Yeah, just like Kobe's 81 points, there was no way that he was getting stopped that night.
No, absolutely.